Hello, 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 everyone, and happy Sunday. If you are new here, please subscribe. I post new videos every Sunday. I also have a website similar to a Patreon where I post ASMR and non-ASMR content almost daily. You can always find that by checking the description box below, or just go to asmrxbabe.com. So today I am doing a soft-spoken mixed with whispered ramble, okay? So how we're going to do it is we are going to start with the soft-spoken, just what I'm doing now, okay? I know a lot of you have said that you don't normally like soft-spoken, but you like mine. I'm like recovering a little bit from a cold, and it's somewhat early in the morning, so I'm wondering if that will affect the sounds, make you have ASMR tingles even more, hopefully. And then I'm going to, maybe around the halfway point, switch over to whispering so that you can take the first half of this video to start calming down, getting in the mood to relax, feeling chill, and then the second half you can just doze off to sleep, and I'll try to kind of quiet just my whispers through the full thing. I did also switch my lens out today. For the past few months, or maybe even like a year, I've had the standard camera lens, which is, you see a little bit more of me. And I do also have this lens, which is closer and has a blurred background. So I haven't used this one in a while, and I wanted to try it out for today, since we're not showing you anything. It's just a ramble, so it's just up close and personal. So if you want to let me know which, if you want me to kind of switch back to this one or switch them back and forth. This one doesn't make sense for every single video type, like I said, because sometimes if I'm showing stuff, I need more space around me. And with this one, I have to be a little closer to the camera. But I could definitely do this one for more whispered rambles. It is like right up there. This is an HD camera with my face in pure daylight. No makeup. Although I did put some concealer on like my mustache area, which I never do. But I have like melasma a little bit, and I have some darkness and shadow. And I just hate the way that looks. It's like my only issue with my skin. The concealer didn't really do anything though. But this is just a very vulnerable angle. I just woke up. But yeah, I'm just gonna ramble today, guys. I know you love a ramble. It's always these that end up doing really well. And the videos that I might plan in advance or take longer to edit. Like my fall fashion guide that I did last week just, I don't know, I kind of knew it would. And it's just so interesting because so many of my core audience requests stuff like that. And it just like always does bad. But it's fine because I think these videos, these like ramble videos, get me more on the FYP, and those other requested videos are more like loved by my loyal subscriber base. So I think it's so important to do a mix of both of those things, because I think that like, especially these days, I've talked about this with YouTube, it's just YouTube long form videos just get less views these days. And that is for creators across the entirety of the platform. Not just me, not just ASMR creators, but I've seen it with everyone from your most famous influencers to, you know, micro influencers. So I think just having a variety that keeps people consistently engaged over time versus just leaning too niche into like the audience requests, or, you know, only appealing to what the FYP people want, because that can change over time and people can lose interest. And if you do things also to just kind of be viral or get the views, then you lose sense of yourself and your motivation to post and kind of who you are and what your brand and channel represents. So all that to say, I feel like I could literally just make rambles only and, you know, they'd all do pretty well for a while, but I might lose my will to live. No, just kidding. I actually love to ramble. You guys know that. I actually ramble so much now on multiple platforms, on my website, asmrxbabe.com, on, you know, a little bit on TikTok, although my whispered rambles don't do well on TikTok, that when I come now back to do it here, it's mostly my website, right? Because my audio tier is audio rambles, and so those are just all ramble all the time, 3 times a month, and then I'll occasionally do just a pure ramble as a video form. So I could do up to 4 rambles on my website, just totally rambly rambles per month, and just giving all of the updates and everything happening with me that, you know, I tend to want to do it less here because I feel like I'm repeating myself, but it feels nice to do them with my core audience as well here just on YouTube, you know, because I know not everyone's joined to my website, and I just, you know, want everyone to be in the loop. So, and it's just fun to just ramble, see where it goes. Today is Sunday as I'm filming this. I almost never film the same day as I post. I know I used to do that all the time, but then, I don't know, my schedule just changed, and you know, I'm still going out the way I was when I was 25, which is once a week. But my hangovers are a little more deadly these days, right? So I guess I was just waking up and filming on Sundays, just feeling like garbage, but okay enough to film. Now I like to keep my Sundays mostly just like day of rest. But today, I actually have like a lot to do today. It's funny how sometimes the weekends that I'm not like partying, I didn't party this weekend, are the ones that can feel the least like restful in a way. So Friday was Halloween, and we had such a lovely Halloween. There was no expectations on it. Tony's parents ended up coming over. We just passed out candy here, and they came over unexpected, which is very on brand for them, but it was fine because they knew we were just handing out candy. And we got like 6 big bags of candy, which candy is so expensive these days. It's literally $120. Like, I don't know, it just like hurt my soul. But we had so many kids. Like, my neighbor did full-size candy bars, and she had 198 of them, and so she gave, one child one individual bar, and she ran out like kind of quick, like within 2 hours. I want to say between like 5 to, or not even 2 hours, between like 5 to 6:30 maybe. So we had a lot of kids, and we like had a little bit of wine. We ordered a pizza. We were just hanging out, and then yesterday I went to the pumpkin patch with my nephew and my sister in Jersey. Went up there really early in the morning. It was just me and my sister for the day, which was really fun. I met a subscriber, Melissa. So Melissa, if you're watching, shout out to you. She was so cute. It's just like made my day, especially the randomness of where I was. I don't even know what area of New Jersey I was in, because it was like 35 minutes from where my sister even lives. But I was just like at this market, at this pumpkin patch, just checking out and getting my nephew like a little macaroni salad tea for lunch. And she just came up and said hello and introduced herself. And I love, I feel like I've been saying this, that I keep meeting you guys, and it's just an awesome thing. And my sister, of course, there was like a line of people like behind us, because we were, checking it out at the register. And my sister's like, all right, Joel, like there's people waiting. I was like, oh my God, was I rude to Melissa? Like, because you were rushing me? So, hi Melissa, if you're watching. And then, so I was there for a while. I didn't get home last night till like 10, because we went home to my sister's after, like played with the baby, had dinner. We watched an episode of The Morning Show, which is an amazing show on Apple TV. You should totally watch. I'm gonna switch over to whispering now also, okay guys? We're at about 14 minutes in, so I'm imagining this is roughly half. So yeah, we went back to my sister's apartment, played with the baby, had dinner, watched TV, and then I left, and I got home around 10. And then today I'm going to this event. It's hosted by, I'm gonna do a TikTok vlog of this. foundation and everything like that. So it's for a good cause, and we bought tickets and stuff, so I'm going to that today, and I'm excited. Things, that's how cause that is definitely, I think, close to everyone at this point in life. I don't know, I feel like it's hard to have never been affected or have somebody that you know been affected by addiction in some form or another. So we're going to that today, and then I had to film this video and get this up for you guys, and then also I have to do my schoolwork today. I normally would do it on Friday evenings, because it drops on Friday, my MBA work. That's when the independent work becomes available. But it was Halloween this Friday, and then yesterday I couldn't do it, so I have a bit of anxiety that I didn't finish that, and it's Sunday, even though it's not due till like next Sunday. It's just, I like to, do things, get it over with. So quite a busy weekend, and so I'd like to, I'm doing this in the morning. Maybe I'll do a little bit of my school if I can before I go to this event, but I'm sure I'll have to do it when I get back as well. I was just looking at my calendar to see like what I have coming up, to see what I could talk about and ramble about, and I saw that I had this like coaching appointment on my calendar for tomorrow that I actually ended up canceling, that I can talk about. I don't know if any of you guys have ever used like Headspace or like BetterHelp or any of those like therapy like type apps. Basically, my work gave us 6 sessions, like coaching sessions on the app Headspace. You can either get therapy, personal coaching, you can do like text therapy, which I don't know. I guess for me, before I start knocking something, so basically I'm like, oh, okay, like the last therapist that I had, every time I have a therapist, guys, I'm either just like not vibing with them because they feel so like old or out of touch, or just like not like on the vibes that I'm on, or I can't like afford them, or they like change something. Like the last therapist I had, just she was at this group that took my insurance, and I had spent like weeks with her, like getting her to know all my life, all the lore, and then she went into private practice, and her sessions were going from, I think they cost me like $30 a session, and I was going to her every other week, to like $150 a session. I was like, I'm not paying $300 a month for therapy. Like that would give me more anxiety than what it's worth, you know what I mean, than curing the anxiety. Same thing before that, I had this woman I was going to see, and like they told me that my insurance was paying for her, but it wasn't, and her sessions were like $500, $300 a piece. I was like, no. So I was like, oh, okay, like I'm like, let me try this Headspace app, like, whatever. I saw that it would give me 6 sessions for free, not with a therapist, but with a life coach. They explained the difference that she explained to me was that a life coach is supposed to more help you with like current and future situations, whereas like a therapist, you can dive into your past and traumas and like things, I don't know, all that to say, it's life coach is cheaper, right? Because with the insurance and stuff, because they don't have the credentials. Not to say that to discount anyone that might be a life coach. I feel like I would be really good at that, and wouldn't necessarily like need their credentials, but I would get them if I was ever to be a therapist. I actually used to want to be a therapist when I was younger. Anyway, so I had this 45-minute session with this coach. You couldn't pick it. It wasn't personal in any way. They just like assigned you someone, and it was just like, and like while I was on the call, she's like, what do you want to specifically work on? I was like, I don't know, just being like a better person or being happier in general. I don't specific goal, I guess. I'm trying to see therapy or something like this as a healthy part of just like everyday life, like not an everyday, but just a routine in life. And she's like, oh, most people like have a goal, whatever. I'm like, oh, okay, I don't know. And I just like said some random thing that plagues me a little bit in my life. And she started talking about journaling, and I'm like, no, like, I know I'm not gonna do that. Like, she's not like she was forceful about it. She was perfectly kind. Or, you know, she started talking about like, just thinking on certain, I don't know. I just wasn't into it. And I sat there with her and I made an appointment for the next week as well that I ended up canceling. And I'm like, I almost think I'm done with talk therapy. I know that everybody talks about how great it is and stuff, and I do think that it can be really great, especially for certain types of people. And even like I have a friend right now that told me she's like working with her therapist on certain things, and like I can see a bit of a change in her, at least just within her interactions. And I'm like, oh, okay, good for you. But like, I don't know, guys, all I do is talk about my problems or think about my problems. Like, I feel like therapy, maybe talk therapy, is for like those people that like don't, I don't know, like my husband, for example, who is so just like, I don't know, he pushes things away or he pushes things down, or he doesn't like to talk about things or communicate, and he's not always like really like leaning in to the presence of his feelings, I guess. I don't know. And I'm like, why do I keep trying to force this? Like, it's just, I don't know, I feel like it's just hard because I'm telling me, like, you tell me, or maybe I just haven't found the right person. I really don't know, but it's like not worth it to me to keep trying to go through all these people, telling them my life story. The last lady I had, like, she was good, but like there was one situation I talked to her about that was like a huge situation that is just something that it's just a ginormous situation for me. And like there was that I can't talk to anybody else about, like, I don't know. And she did help me with that situation in like certain ways. But like there was other times where I felt even just more exhausted by the thought of going to the appointment, because I was like, I'm gonna have to explain to her everything that's going on. I'm gonna have to update her like it's a meeting. And I just like wasn't into it. And so I canceled this Headspace appointment for this next coaching session. I was like, I only get 6 of them here for the year. I mean, I'm sure next year would have refreshed, but it still would have been 6, and you can't add extras on your own and pay for them, which is bizarre. So I was like, I don't know, what's the point, kind of. And I didn't even write to this lady. It's all through the app. So, and I found myself basically thinking that I was gonna keep this appointment just to like follow through, and like for her to like not have her feel bad that I canceled it, or have her look at me like I was a flake or whatever. And I was like, what? I don't even know this person. I spoke to her for 45 minutes. Like, who cares? Like, let me just cancel. It's also funny because she asked if she could like record and transcribe our conversation, you know, for just like learning purposes or whatever. It would never go anywhere. I was like, no, absolutely not. Like, what the fuck? And I know, I'm sure Headspace like uses that. Like, she probably would use that for her notes, or like Headspace would use that for like their AI learnings or whatever. And I was like, the fuck? Absolutely not. Like, I did not like that whatsoever. They gave you the opportunity to say no, but still, I didn't even like that it was even a question. It was too corporate. So all that to say, like, does anybody else feel like this? If you like therapy, that's great. And I'm happy for you, but does anyone else feel like they are so, I don't want to say so self-aware, because I'm sure there's things that, of course, there's always things I can grow on and learn on, but I just talk about my problems and think about them all the time, Christmas because like they have a baby, and next year, you know, Luke will be a little older to where like he'll probably like know it's Christmas and stuff, and like want to wake up and have his presents and things like that. So I wouldn't mind like going to him on Christmas since like he's the baby, you know. But we're gonna fry a turkey. I'm rolling my eyes because this is Tony's thing. Last year he was so insistent on frying the turkey, and he got the turkey fryer from his parents' house, and I kept bugging him to like check and make sure it worked because it had been sitting in his parents' garage for like 10 years. And then of course like 2 days before Thanksgiving he checks and it doesn't fucking work. And I was like, oh my god, I was like, I knew it. I was like, I don't want this to fall back on me. Like, you said you were gonna do the turkey, like I want you to own it. He didn't say a word. He went out to Walmart, bought a new turkey fryer, fried the turkey. We literally still have canola oil from last year that we didn't use, like ready again for this year. My mom's gonna do mac and cheese, although I do like a mean mac and cheese. I think I might end up making a mac and cheese for a Friendsgiving I'm going to. My aunt and my cousin are gonna come. Gina and Andrew can't come this year because they do every other year. They'll be with Andrew's family, so I'm sad I won't be with my baby. But that's okay. And then, yeah, my aunt and my cousin are coming. They're gonna do green bean casserole. If you guys remember my cousin Jonathan, he was in a video with me here before. He's funny. He's my age. And Tony's parents, they're gonna do desserts. My mom's gonna, and they're gonna do stuffing. My mom's gonna do mac and cheese. She's gonna get the turkey actually, which is great because she gets like a free one from the Acme every year. She's gonna bring the homemade cranberry, and then I'm gonna do my fall salad, which is not my salad. I found it on TikTok, but it's the best salad I've ever had in my entire life. I stand by this. I need to like make a video actually about this salad because it's so good. It is. I changed a little about it, just a little. I think she wanted you to use arugula, and like I use spring mix. I'm like, I made it my own. It's like spring mix, roasted Brussels sprouts, candied pecans, or walnuts, pecans, I think it's pecans, yeah. Feta cheese. She wants you to use pumpkin, but I use butternut squash, so much better. What else is in it? Shallots. And the dressing, it's all dairy-free other than the feta. Like, she even suggested that you use dairy-free or like vegan feta cheese, but I just bought regular. But my mom's boyfriend can't have dairy, so like it's nice that the dressing doesn't have, the dressing is literally just olive oil, mustard, and honey or something like that. I forget, but it's so good, guys. When I tell you it's the most delicious salad, and like I'm not a pick me where I'm like, oh my god, salad, like I love a Big Mac, okay? This salad's amazing. Ask me for the recipe. I will like put it in the comments if anyone cares. But it is so perfect for fall, for Thanksgiving. So I'm doing that. We're frying the actual turkey. And then I'm gonna do like a charcuterie board, and I'm gonna do like bacon and fig jam crostinis for appetizer, which I think will be really, really good, although it takes like forever to caramelize onions. And then my dad will bring the drinks, so it's really nice that it's like a family effort and everybody can bring something, so no one gets stuck. Like literally there was just one year where me and Tony tried to do everything, and I was like, nobody bring a thing, I got Plus, it's from like a literal fancy restaurant. Bob. So yeah, so I love everybody like participating and being willing to help, and everyone wants to, right? My mom's like, what can I bring? What can I do? My aunt was like, what can I bring? Tony's mom is like obsessive and always wants to bring a million things. I could be like, bring a caviar stuffed turkey. She'd be like, alright, done. Last year I did like really cute little mini bouquets on the table too, and like fun, nice like paper plates, and so I'll make like a nice table setup again this year. But and I did show all my stuff last year, like my Thanksgiving prep, and a video on my website, which is still up there. You can find it if you want. So anyway, alright guys, I'm gonna end this video here. Don't you love a ramble? I could just go on and on and on and on and on. I was supposed to get quieter as the video went on, and I didn't. So here's a little inaudible whispering for you just to close out the video, okay? Thank you so much